I've always known I want to be a chef. I was cooking my first meals when I was 8 for a family of 6. From there, when I turned, I think I was about 13, it was pretty clear and defined, like, I'm going to be a chef. That was the thing. There's a TV show on PBS called Great Chefs of the World at the time. And so that's what I was watching during the summer, and that's when it hit me. I was like, I already love cooking. I love making people happy, and I could get paid, and this could be a job, as well as the chefs I was seeing on that show were in France. I was like, I can be anywhere in the world just by cooking. So that's a piece that happened there. So the day here at Stateline, it starts usually around 5:30, and then that's when we're getting all the meats on the smokers. And again, we don't open until 11, so we have that kind of leeway to get everything going. Usually around 8 o'clock, all the CDPs, so chef de parties, that prep everything and set up the stations, they arrive and they start prepping for service that starts at 11.
Yes, sir. These are the burnt ends, brisket burnt ends, seasoned with some of our house barbecue sauce, champagne vin, and some salt. Invented in Kansas City. Traditionally it was just used with the ends of the brisket, which is why it's called burnt ends. But here we use the whole brisket for a few different reasons. But super good. Is that all right if I'm eating while I do this? This is the first time I've ever worked in a kitchen before. Yeah, I have a background in agriculture, back where I'm from in Southern California, and moved up here to cook. Was lucky enough to link up with Chef Daryl. He gave me a shot, showing me the ropes, and rolling with them ever since.
I think the idea for me for hiring was making sure that the people that are coming in here were people that were genuinely humble, people that could take direction and that had no egos and were just willing to learn and do whatever. I tell everyone, like, I could teach a monkey to cook, but if you got all the skills in the world and you don't take direction, I can't do anything with you. That was my primary focus, was hiring for that, and it's worked out so far, which is great. And now, because of that, the people that are hired, they're all people where they'd be like, oh man, I would actually hang out with this person. They're actually a pretty cool person outside of work, which is nice.
I'm the executive sous chef. Was a busboy in high school and went off to college, cooked all the way through college, and then kind of moved around, went to Hawaii, cooked out there, decided to go to culinary school. So moved out to New York, went to CIA out there, and then I actually met Daryl over 10 years ago at Bouchon.
I got out to Napa by way of being a chef. I, like everyone else, I had a roommate in France, and I told him, it's I'm going to work for Chef Keller. And he's like, yeah, that'd be cool. He's like, maybe one day. And I was like, no, I'm going to work for him. And I kept applying even when I was over there. Now, when I got back to the States, they reached out, and they brought me out to do a stage for a couple of days. I came out, got the job, and been here ever since. I knew early on that with the background and resume, people would automatically loop you in and say, oh, we got this guy who's worked in these Michelin restaurants trying to do barbecue, but he's just making it fancy or something like this. So I was really, really intentional about making sure I would catch myself and set guardrails around not going in that direction. I had to make sure that I'm staying true to both sides. So I'm from Kansas City, that's in my roots. This is barbecue, and you're also sure in fine dining, but it can't be too much of either one. It has to really be balanced. If it's too casual, I would truly just be bored and be uninterested in something like that doesn't have a story, whether it's these tables that were made out of old bowling lanes in Napa. without these details and these touches, whether it's the 2 clocks that we have, one in Napa time, one in Kansas City time, or the wallpaper that I sketched outside of the bathrooms, so it looks like a SRS, but it looks like a road as well. If I couldn't have fun with these items and add these touches, I wouldn't be excited about the project at all.
The ingredients are simple, but the execution is really high. We take a lot of pride in just taking our time, paying attention to all the details, making sure we're at the right temperature. We're using, really nice smoke. It's not black or really dirty. And then, just kind of maintaining the fire, maintaining our temperature, making sure we're moving the meats around so they cook evenly and kind of all come out at the same time. We call this smoker Cassius, after Cassius Clay. And then this one primarily only smokes ribs. So right now we've got about just over 50 slabs of ribs. It's our baby backs. They're gonna be in here for roughly 6 hours. 20 brisket kind of smoking here, and this smoker we call Clay. And so we're smoking brisket every day. So it usually starts about 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and that'll go till probably 9 o'clock tonight.
So the style of this restaurant is something that I'm really used to in Kansas City, which is you come in, someone's right there that greets you.
Hey, how's it going? How are you?
And then you just follow the tray all the way through.
A small pulled pork, okay. Half pound of brisket.
And then the cherry salad.
The maitake salad. All right, we're gonna set you up with all that on this tray, everything to go. Just follow the tray down the line, see how we're doing everything.
It's something that's definitely not seen here for barbecue, that's in Napa. So it gives me an opportunity to teach Napa and show them a different style and expose them to something that they're not quite used to. First item that you get on your tray is going to be the meats, whether it's the ribs, half rack, full rack, or many people, what we're also trying to make sure they know is that you can almost build your own. So you could take just one rib if you want, one bone. You could take 2 bones, 3 bones, whatever you like. You don't have to have a half or full. Same with the brisket. You can do 1 slab or 1 slice, 2 slices, or half pound. So that's the first item you see are the ribs, the brisket, the sandwiches, and then from there, as well as the tri-tip. And then from there, we start moving that tray and drop in the sides on there, from the beans and greens to the mac, the potato, curly fries. And then it makes its way to the end where you can get desserts and drinks. The motto, gotta want it. This is something where I've always said it in every kitchen, and that's my rebuttal to anyone that says, hey chef, I've got 30 minutes to be set up, I'm not gonna make it. It's like, you gotta want it. And then we go get it. I don't let you just hang out there to dry on your own. I'll come in there and we knock this out, we push together. Not so much seeing how far we can get, but more of just going far and just keep going, yeah. I think it comes from that mentality of realizing any and everything can be gone if you don't keep pushing. And it's like gravity. If you're not going up, you're going down. So really pushing to keep everything moving and advancing. Because without it, I think it's more so of just that's what it is. That's truly what it is. Yeah.